Well, the housing shortage is rough for everyone, but millennials are having an especially tough time.
Yeah, most of them want to own a home, but prices are so high, they're in danger of becoming forever renters. And thanks to the rising cost of rent in some places, saving for a home is nearly impossible. So will these young adults ever be able to graduate to a home ownership?
Yeah, Matthew Bizzaro, CEO of the Bizzaro Agency, is here with some help. Welcome to being in person.
It's so wonderful to be here in person. On Zoom for so long.
Yeah, I know. So, Matthew, we're talking about the age group from 27 to 42. So you're saying they're really not getting a piece of this home ownership pie?
It's tough out there for them. If you look at the national stats right now of buyers in the market now, I mean, you're looking younger millennials, only 12%. Gen Z is 4%, but if you compare that to the boomers at 39%, the numbers are very staggering.
Wow, look at those boomer numbers indeed. To rent, let's be honest, have been dropping in many, many markets, in the 50 biggest markets for the last 7 months, but they're dropping from an already high point. So they haven't been able to save enough for down payment, and home prices are going up as well. So what's the issue?
Well, it's challenging, right? Because when rent increases, people tend to move to buying. But when prices increase, they tend to move to renting. But what do we do when they are both high, right? So we're seeing a lot of that also with the older boomers. They have a lot of the assets, right?
Yeah.
They already own their homes. They're buying second homes or they're doing downsizing. And they are way more appealing buyers to sellers than first-time home buyers who are maybe scraping together their dollars to get the down payment, right, to afford their starter home.
Is there any hope, I mean, at this point for young adults who want to stay in New York City area?
There's absolutely hope. There's always hope. If you look at what's going on in Upper Manhattan right now, they're rezoning 20-block radius, and there's a ton of great projects coming up there. One of them is Sherman Creek. It's 611 units of affordable housing.
What street number are we talking?
We're talking about Upper Manhattan. We're talking about basically 200th to 218th Street.
Okay.
But they're putting in a lot of projects. So the Sherman Creek one, 611 affordable units. That's going to do a lot for inventory help.
Well, that's good to know. And we talk about new developments, as you mentioned, but is it easier to convert commercial buildings into residential? There are tons on my block that I see that have been sitting there for several years now.
There is tons, and there's lots of people talking about it, but there are challenges with that. So, for example, if you look at plumbing, in commercial buildings, plumbing tends to go up one stack. But if you convert that to residential, you need plumbing going to lots of places.
Yeah.
So in order to do that, you basically have to gut the interior of the building. Possible, but expensive. Also, cubicle farms make good for offices. They are challenging for apartments. So there's some buildings in FIDI that have done that, but New York code says you have to have a window to call it a bedroom. So what they had to create were these 1,200, 1,300, 1,400 square foot studios. Now they broke them up into 2- and 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom apartments, but you're buying a studio.
Hey, it's a loft studio.
Marketing.
Yes,
okay,
totally.
so if feeling that you're out of luck or is not an option, what should people be doing right now if they want to own their home?
So if you want to own your home, the first thing you do is you want to pair up with a trusted professional. You need, in this market especially, a buyer's agent that is going to guide you and be your cheerleader and assist you through the process. Second, as we've talked about numerous times, the city, the state, there are tons of grants and options and down payment assistance programs that a lot of buyers don't know about. Even the banks right now, they're bringing back a lot of their down payment assistance, closing cost assistance. So there's a lot of options out there. I've put a lot of them on my website at bizzaroagency.com. But there is hope, and I think that's where it starts. There's always hope.
All right.
Yeah, especially if you have the money.
It's helpful.
That
helps. Matthew, thank you so much. Really appreciate you joining us. As you mentioned, your website as well to see more tips and to check out those helpful resources, bizzaroagency.com, as you mentioned. We'll be right back.